सुंदर सत्य परमात्मा शिव है। मन कैलाश है, आत्मा शिव है, सुंदर सत्य परमात्मा शिव है। शिव चिंतन से प्रीत लगा ले, शिव चिंतन से प्रीत लगा ले, रोम रोम में शिव को बसा ले। पाएगा जीवन में तू आराम, शुभ 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 शिव नाम। जपे जा सुबह शाम, शुभ 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 शिव नाम। जपे जा सुबह शाम। अंत समय में आएगा यही नाम तेरे काम। शुभ 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 शिव नाम। जपे जा सुबह शाम। शिव नाम शुभ 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 शिव नाम। मम रे मरे रे ज रे रे मरे रे। शिव नाम शिव नाम शिव नाम शिव नाम शिव नाम शिव नाम। जपे जा सुबह शाम। जपे जा सुबह शाम। शिव नाम शिव नाम।
सुबह है बोले करते हैं तेरी पूजा, तेरे सिवा हुआ है ना होगा कोई दूजा।
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय।
निर्बल का तू ही बल है, देता है तू सहारा, तेरे सिवा जहां में कोई नहीं हमारा।
हे भोले तू है जैसा वैसा ना कोई होगा, तेरे सिवा हुआ है ना होगा कोई दूजा।
सुख चैन मांगते हैं जन्मों के हम।
चितलिंग कामदहं करुणाकरलिंग रावणदर्प विनाशकलिंगं तद्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। सर्वसंबंधि सुलेभितलिंगं बुद्धिविवर्धन कारणलिंगं बुद्धिसुरबन्धितलिंगं तद्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। कनकमहामणिभूषितलिंगं फणिपतिवेष्टितशोभितलिंगं दशसोयज्ञविनाशकलिंगं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहार सुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैरभक्तिभिर्वचलिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। अष्टदलोपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गं अष्टदरिद्रविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। सुरगुरसुरवर पूजितलिङ्गं सुरवन पुष्पसदा चितलिङ्गं परात्परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। लिङ्गाष्टकमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन समोदते। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। बोलियो उमापति महादेव की जय। शंकर भगवान की जय।
तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाए, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाए, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाए, तोरा मन दर्पण
कहलाए।
भले बुरे सारे कर्मों को, भले बुरे
सारे कर्मों को
देखे और दिखाए, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाए, तोरा मन
दर्पण कहलाए।
मन ही देवता मन ही ईश्वर, मन दर्पण कहलाए।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे शिवांगे विहारी लाल की जय। उनको बुला बेटा सिंह। Should be on. Turn it down.
मेरी लगी शाम संग प्रेम ये दुनिया क्या जाने। मेरी लगी शाम संग प्रेम ये दुनिया क्या जाने।
शाम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। क्या जाने मैं क्या जाने। क्या जाने कोई क्या जाने। मुझे मिल गया मन का मीत दुनिया क्या जाने। लगे शाम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। बनी हरी जब मोहन संग से। भई बाबरी मैं तो मन से। बांधी डोर की प्रेम मोहन से। नाता तोड़ दिया मैंने जग से। का मीत दुनिया क्या जाने।
लगी श्याम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। मोहन की सुंदर सूरतिया मन में बस गई मोहनी मूर्तिया। लोग कहे मैं भई बावरिया। जब से ओढ़ी श्याम चुनरिया। श्याम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। लोक लाज दीनी विसराने। लोक राज मेरे अंग समाने। क्या जाने। मेरी लगी श्याम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। क्या जाने भाई क्या जाने। मिल गया मन का मीत दुनिया क्या जाने। मेरी लगी श्याम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने। मेरी लगी श्याम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने।
बोलिए राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जगदम्बा मात की जय। As we conclude our puja part, devotees, I ask everyone, let's stand up please as we welcome Vyasji also. व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णो वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बो केशव माधव हरि हरि बो। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बो केशव माधव हरि हरि बो। मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बो केशव माधव हरि हरि बो। मुकुंद माधव
गोविंद बो केशव माधव हरि हरि बो।
हरि हरि बो हरि हरि बो
हरि हरि बोल। मुकुंद माधव हरि हरि बोल। केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल।
राम 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 राम
राम राम बोल राम राम बोल।
कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल।
कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल।
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल।
मुकुंद माधव हरि हरि बोल। केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल।
Devotees, while we doing Vyas Puja, those who have prasadam to offer, please bring your prasad also while we doing the Vyas Pujan. Gritavakko havishyana payasam cha sasarkaram nana vidin cha naivedyam गृहतां परमेश्वरे। पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
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 भोग गरीब का मेरा भोग गरीब का।
भोग गरीब का मेरा भोग गरीब का।
रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
बिलनी के वीर सुदामा के तंडुल।
बिलनी के बेर सुदामा के तंगुल।
बिलनी के वीर सुदामा के तंडुल।
बिलनी के बेर सुदामा के तंगुल।
रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
दुर्योधन के मेवा त्यागे।
दुर्योधन के मेवा त्यागे।
दुर्योधन के मेवा त्यागे।
दुर्योधन के मेवा त्यागे।
आग विदुर घर खाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
साग विदुर घर खायो मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया
मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
आपकी वस्तु आपके आगे,
आपकी वस्तु आपके आगे।
दीनन का कुछ नहीं लागे,
हम दीनन का कुछ नहीं लागे।
प्रेम से भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
प्रेम से भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
रुचि रुचि भोग लगाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
पाओ मैया जी मेरा भोग गरीब का।
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
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 राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 जय जय।
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय।
गोपाल जय जय गोपाल जय। गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय। बोलिए राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जगदम्बा मात की जय। अभी आप सभी बैठेंगे। हैप्पी सीट प्लीज। थैंक यू। बोलिए सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। श्री व्यास जी महाराज की जय। डिवोटी से एक बार पुनः आप सभी का श्री वृंदावन धाम में हृदय से स्वागत करता हूँ। लाइक टू से स्पेशल वेलकम ईच एंड एवरी वन of you once again Shri Vrindavan Dham Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran Katha by our very honorable, very respected, well educated, well versed Panditji Pandit Balgobind Ji Maharaj, who is delivering the Bhagwat Mahapuran Katha since Monday we start, and today will be the last session. Should not say the last session, sessions will be continued, but of course this visit, this will be is the final session of the Bhagwat Mahapuran. And today like to say special thanks to our Shrota, Babita, Jadavir and family, those who took opportunity to perform the Sri Krishna Pujan, Ma Bhagavati Paramba Shiva Pujan, all the Devas Pujan, and plus taking part in this great yajna. Which one yesterday we were listening, the Bhagavan Sri Krishna is the yajna himself, he is the yajnapati, Lord of the yajna himself, and he is the all in all, what you can say. Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself, he declared those things. And today we will be blessed again by listening the beautiful message, very great message by our respected Vyasji. So, पूजनीय बाल गोविंद जी, आपका पुनः हृदय से स्वागत है श्री वृंदावन धाम में. और we will listen very great katha again, as I said last session, from our Vyasji. I pass over to respected Vyasji, and then we will try our best to conclude by 12 o'clock, and then we'll make the final announcements also. Thank you, and Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री बालकृष्ण लाल की जय. ओम नमश्चंदिकाय नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव. गणेश जी स्तुति. शिवतन वरिष्ठम सर्वकल्याण मूर्तिम, परशुकमलहस्ता शोभितं मोदकेन, अरुणकुसुममालाभ्याललम्बोदरं तं मम हृदयनिवासं श्रीगणेशं नमामि. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. विश्वेश्वं माधवं धुण्डिं दण्डपाणिं च भैरवं, वन्दे काशीगुह्यां गङ्गां भवानीं मणिकर्णिकां. श्रीकाशी विश्वेश्वर सांब सदा शिवाय नमः. अग्रे कुरूणाम् अथ पाण्डवानां दुःशासनेन हृतवस्त्रकेशं कृष्णा तदा क्रोशदं जनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति.
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति,
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति. भगवन् मुरारे त्रायस्व मां केशवलोकनाथ गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति कृष्ण राधा वर गोकुलेश गोपाल गोवर्धननाथ विष्णु कित्वे पिबस्व अमृतमेत देवा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति सच्चिदानन्द रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। श्री बद्रीनारायण भगवान की जय। श्री अनंत पद्मनाभ स्वामी की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ जी महाराज की जय। श्री द्वारकाधीश भगवान की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। कथा आरंभित होतु है सुनो वीर हनुमान। आई के आसन लीजिए सिया सहित भगवान। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज
निज मन मुकुर सुधार।
बरनो रघुवर विमल यश
जोदायक पल चार।
जोदायक फल चार। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके
सुमिरो पवन कुमार।
बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि
हरहु कलेश विकार।
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी।
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई।
श्री राम जय 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 राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम पवन तनय संकट हरण
मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सूरभू
व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। श्री सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री हनुमान जी महाराज की जय। श्री सद्गुरु महाराज की जय। श्री वेद व्यास जी भगवान की जय। प्रथम पूज्य मंगल मूर्ति भगवान श्री सिद्धि विनायक को प्रणाम करते हुए और humble obeisance to भगवान श्री गणेश जी, तो माता महाकाली, महालक्ष्मी, महासरस्वती, तो माँ वैष्णवी, we bow down. विश्वेश्वम माधवम धुंडिम दंडपाणिम च भैरवम वंदे काशी गुह्याम गंगाम भवानी मणिकर्णिकाम, the every aspect that makes Kashi great. Vishweshwam, we bow down to Baba Vishwanath. Vishweshwam Madhavam, we bow down to Bindu Madhav. Vishweshwam Madhavam Dhundim, we bow down to Dhundi Raja Ganapati. Vishweshwam Madhavam Dhundim Dandapanim Cha Bhairavam, we bow down to the gatekeeper of Kashi, Kala Bhairava. We bow down to Ma Bhavani. We bow down to Ma Ganga. We bow down to the eternal cremation site that is called Manikarnika. Vishweshwam Madhavam Dhundim Dandapanim Cha Bhairavam Vande Kashi Guhyam Gangam Bhavani Manikarnikam. We bow down to Bhagwan Shankar. We bow down to Baba Vishwanath. We bow down to the blessed Lord of Vaikuntha, Bhagwan Sri Lakshmi Narayana, the Lord of Ayodhya, Bhagwan Sri Sitaramji, and the Lord of Vrindavan, whom Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran would have brought him a little bit closer towards us. Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran brings Bhakta a little bit closer to Bhagwan. Through the medium of the Bhagavatam, the devotee gets happy because he gets to hear about his Prabhu. He gets to hear about his Bhagwan. So he's happy. The Bhakta is happy. The Jnani is happy because they gain Shrimad Bhagvat Jnan. They gain the knowledge of the Bhagavatam. And the Vairagis are satisfied because what they know to be the ultimate truth, eventually people in the world will realize it, that nothing is permanent. Everything in this world is temporary. And we must learn to give up. But don't give up with regrets. Don't give up with second thoughts. Give up and give up gracefully. So it satisfies the bhaktas, it satisfies the jnanis, it satisfies the vairagis. That is Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran, which centers itself on Bhagwan Sri Krishna. We bow down to Bhagwan Sri Krishna. We bow down to our Revered Guru, to our Diksha Guru, to our Vidya Gurus, to our Satguru. Three categories of Gurus in our lives. The Diksha Guru is the one who would have invested you with the sacred thread and gives you the Gayatri. Vidya Gurus are multiple in numbers. Your mother is your Vidya Guru. Your father is your Vidya Guru. A friend can be a Vidya Guru. Someone who imparts knowledge onto you. And then, of course, the Satguru. The Satguru is the one who ultimately places Bhagwan in your life. And my Guruji will always say, find a place for Bhagwan in your life and you will know your place in this world. Let me repeat that. Find a place for Bhagwan in your life and you will know your place in this world. You will not be lost. You will not be lost. You will be on the exact path you are meant to be in this world. There are many people on their dying bed, instead of relishing Bhagwanji, instead of remembering Prabhu, they're counting their regrets. What and what I didn't do. What and what I did not accomplish. So much I would have liked to do before exiting this world. Those are not the things we should be thinking about at the moment of death. Bhagavatam will tell you how to exit this world. The Bhagavatam will tell you in what state of mind we should leave this world. Bhaktijano, the Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran, Sanatan Dharma, one of our greatest texts. We offer this text in honor of our Gurus as Shraddhanjali. Today concludes 21 days on speaking on the Bhagavatam. 21 days concludes today. And it will continue again. In another week's time, it continues in New York from the 12th to the 18th of June. The Bhagavatam continues to flow. We bow down to Sri Hanumanji Maharaj, Bala Samayad Ravi Bhakshaliyo. From childhood, we should start seeking knowledge. Bhagwan is not running an old age home. Bura mat mano, please don't feel bad. Don't think that after you retire, then you will start going to temple. After you retire, then you will come and listen to Katha. Bhagwan wants you from a young age. This is why we heard the Katha of Dhruva and Prahlad. They were what? They were young devotees. And we should practice virtues conducive to God realization. Prahlad ji says, we should practice virtues from a young age. From a young age. Hanumanji going towards the sun, that is symbolic of from infancy. Hanumanji went after seeking knowledge. Light is knowledge. Surya Deva is symbolic of knowledge. We bow down to Hanumanji and to Shri Veda Vyasji, who has gifted us this Bhagavad Mahapuran. Through whom? Remember when that sense of frustration took over Veda Vyasji, Narad Muni comes and tells him, the reason for your frustration is because you have not fully sung the praises of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Narad Muni plays a very important role in our scriptures. Very, very important role. Don't think of him as a comedian. He's not. You know, like these TV serials depict Narad Muni. Narad Muni is a very serious character. We are thankful to Narada. We are thankful to Vyasji. To Pandit Damodar Sharma ji and to the priest of the temple, my humble pranam and Jai Shri Krishna. And to each and every one of you, so many of you have been here from the beginning of the Bhagavatam, from since Monday all the way today, this morning, Sunday. I pray that may Bhagwan Sri Krishna grant you your heart's desire. We fall back in tune from where we left off last night, and that was Kanha bajave बांसुरी जमुना के तट पे आ गई गोपी संग रास रचे कान्हा बजावे बांसुरी जमुना के तट पे आ गई राधा संग रास रचे. Bhagwan performed the Maharas Leela. Bhagwan Shri Krishna multiplied himself, manifesting from the hearts of the gopis and gave them their heart's desire. Remember, the gopis prayed to Ma Katyayani. Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi Patimme Kurute Namaha. Never underestimate the power of puja. Many people think puja is just a ritual and which should be done for protocol's sake. Oh, my parents used to do puja once a year, so I will continue the tradition also and do puja once a year. And then sometimes it's so mechanical. Our attention is more with the decor. Our attention is more with, you know, matching all the family members with the same color outfit. Our attention is on the menu. what we have to prepare, please let your main attention be to the main invitee. Your attention should be with Bhagavan. With Bhagavan. He is the one whom the Pandit is going to read the Avahana mantra, the welcoming mantra, and you're going to have him seated there to do puja. It should be done with all your bhav, with all your bhakti. And this is what the gopis did. Imagine with what bhav and with bhakti they worship Mother Durga, that Yagyapati Vishnu Bhagwan Krishna himself fulfills their desire. He manifests it from their hearts and he danced with them. My Guruji would also tell us, what does this mean? It means we are never alone in this world. I don't want you to show a raise of hands, but sometimes we feel we are all alone in this world. Even though you have the best of friends and best of colleagues and partners, sometimes that sense of loneliness comes. And the Maharaj Leela reminds us, no, we are not alone in this world. Krishna is with us. ठीक है? भगवान हमारे साथ है. भगवान हमारे साथ है. Maharaj Leela concludes, he sends the gopis back home. Your bhakti is your reward. Now you have to follow with me. Kamsa is restless. Kamsa wants Krishna killed. So he sends a minister by the name of Akrura. Akrura has to go and fetch Krishna. Akrura feels in one way a sense of great fortune and a sense of misfortune. His great fortune, he feels, I will get to see Krishna in person. He's excited. And his misfortune is, look, I have to bring him back to Mathura. So this Kamsa who has arranged a wrestling match to have him killed. He's happy on one side and he's sad on one side. But Bhagwan welcomes him. It is said in the Bhagwat Mahapuran, Bhagwan Shri Krishna extended his hands. This is Jeshta Mas. We have entered into the month of Jeshta. In the month of Jeshta, we have something called Snana Yatra. In India, all the great temples, the Vaishnav temples, the Lord will be given ceremonial bath because the weather is getting hotter and hotter. It's going to sometimes go to 40 degrees, 41, 42, 43 degrees. That's Celsius, right? That's like 110, 115 degrees in Fahrenheit. So they have in the great temples, Snana Yatra. They will have the Lord giving his ceremonial bath to cool him down, to cool him down. And one of the great temples that does that is Jagannath Ji's temple. The temple of Jagannath Ji in Puri, in Orissa. It's so sad to see what happened a few days ago, my dear ones, with the train accident. And so many innocent lives were lost. But while they would probably have lost 300 lives, 3,000 babies were probably born the same day. You know? Because just as we are dying, we're coming back into this world. Ye avagamana chakra hai. Just as some are exiting this world, some are returning back to this world. Some are returning back to this world. That happened in the state of Orissa, that hadsa, that accident. Our prayers go out to the families. Our prayers go out to the families. Bhaktas, in Jagannath Puri, you'll see Lord Sri Krishna. His hands are extended like this. Balramji's hands are extended like this. Subhadra, his sister's hand or hands are extended like this. What does that mean? His hands are open. His hands are ready to hug you. His hands are ready to embrace you. Shri Krishna hugs Akrura. Akrura is welcomed. Mama ji ne bulaya. Kamsa Mama. You have two famous or rather two infamous Mamu. You have Shakuni in the Mahabharata, and in the Bhagwat Mahapuran you have Kamsa. Two very infamous Mamu. Mamu has called you. Theek hai, we will go. Balramji, Shri Krishna, Ananda Baba are going to accompany Akrura. They're going to accompany Akrura. When the gopis got to know Bhagwan is leaving, भगवान जा रहे हैं. It is said they stayed up all night and they cried, Govind Damo. Just give me a key. Govind Damodar Madhaveti, Govind Damodar Madhaveti, Govind Damodar Madhaveti. The gopis, they stayed up all night crying that Krishna is leaving. And that is where Vilvamangal Thakur got the names Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. They cried out, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Krishna, you cannot leave us. And then when Bhagwan climbed onto the chariot, Shri Krishna climbed onto the chariot with Balramji and Nanda Baba and Akrura. He turns back to them and he says, I will be back. Main wapas aunga. But there was no time to ask him, Kab aoge Prabhu? When will you come? That was not answered. Bas, he just gave his word. Main wapas aunga. And remember, he's Satya Narayan. He is the embodiment of truth. Satyam Param Dhimahi. Therefore, he cannot speak a lie. It means he will come back. And this is where you get that sad song. Suna Suna Lage, Biraj Ka Dham, Gokul Ko Chhor Chale Re Ghanasham. The Yamuna river is crying. The Kadamba trees are crying. The gopis are crying. The cows are crying, my dear ones, because why? Krishna is leaving. And they stood there. The Gopas and Gopis stood there until the last dust particle settled back onto the earth. In tears, Krishna has left us. Bhagwan enters into Mathura. One after the other, those wrestlers that Kamsa had arranged to kill Balram and Sri Krishna, the Lord does not come to be killed. He comes to save the faithful, and in the process the wicked gets killed, and that includes Kamsa. Kamsa is not worthy to rule Mathura. Sri Krishna kills Kamsa, places Ugrasena on the throne, and he goes to the jail cell. He goes to meet Mother Devaki and Vasudevji. Devaki and Vasudevji are looking at the two boys. Ye wahi dono hai na? These are the two. They recognized the first one. We thought we had lost him. We thought he was a miscarriage. No, he wasn't a miscarriage. Durga Maya had transplanted the embryo from the womb of Mother Devaki into the womb of Rohini, that is Balramji. And then they looked at him. Tam adbhutam balakam ambujikshanam. Oh, that's him. That's the one who appeared like four-armed Vishnu Bhagwan in front of us and gave me the command to transport him from Mathura to Gokul. Devaki, don't you want to hug them? Don't you want to extend your maternal affection to them? हाँ Vasudev ji, I want to, लेकिन हम ऐसे कर नहीं सकते. We can't do it. Why? They know that is Jagadishwar, my dear ones. That is Sakshat Paramatma standing in front of them. Therefore, they cannot go and hug him. But guess where is Krishna? Antaryami ek tum Atam ke aadhar. Antaryami ek tum Atam ke aadhar. जो तुम छोड़ो हाथ को कौन लगावे पार, कौन लगावे पार. Bhagwan is reading their minds. Bhagwan is reading their minds. Bhagwan says, Devaki and Vasudeva wants to hug us, but they know that I am Jagdishwar. They know I am Parameshwar. So that they're hesitant. So what did Bhagwan do? Bhagwan says to Devaki and Vasudeva, Mama, Papa, please forgive us. Please forgive us for taking so long to... The Lord is apologizing. Imagine that. Huh? Bhagwan is apologizing. He who is the father of this world is calling Vasudeva dad. He who is the mother of this world is calling Mother Devaki Ma. And they rush towards Devaki and Vasudeva and embraces them. He sends back Nanda Baba all alone. Main wapas nahi jaunga Baba. You will have to go back all alone. Time, my dear ones, time has passed. Bhagwan Shri Krishna knows the gopis are pining away in separation from him. He knows they're pining away in separation from him. So he's going to call one of his good minister. Actually not a minister. It's his cousin. And his name is Uddhav. Vrishninam pravaro mantri Krishnasya daita sakham Shishyo brihaspate sakshat Uddhavo buddhi sattamam. Vrishninam pravaro mantri. Vrishninam pravaro mantri Krishnasya daita sakha. His name is Uddhav, a disciple of Brihaspati, highly educated, highly qualified. Sri Krishna was brought up in Gokul and Mathura. But Uddhav was brought up in the city. Uddhava was brought up in the city. So, you know, people who have been brought up in the city, they sometimes think they're superior to those who were brought up in the villages. Like the people of Port Spain versus the people of Pinal. The people of Georgetown versus the people like me from Barbies. The moment you meet with them, they tell you, stop saying ayo and abi. Come on, speak properly. Eat with a spoon and eat with a fork. Right? We have met people like this, where the people of the city thinks they're superior to those from the villages. Bhagwan wants to send Uddhava for two purposes. To meet his parents and tell them we will meet very soon, to comfort them, and to meet with the gopis so he can be humble. You know why? Chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, Sean. Arjuna had to show humility. At the beginning of the Gita, there was a proud Arjuna, a commanding Arjuna. He was the boss. By chapter 11, he is apologizing to Sri Krishna. Saketi matva prasabhamya duktam, and tells the Lord, I fail to recognize your majesty. I fail to recognize your glory. What is the next chapter in the Bhagavad Gita? It is called Bhakti Yoga. Until there is humility, only then you are qualified to receive the lesson on bhakti. Something is going to happen here with Uddhava. Uddhava also has to be humbled because he has to be given a Gita also. There's another book called the Uddhav Gita. That is the concluding sermon. Uddhava must not have any sign of pride in him, just like Arjuna. Arjuna must not have any sign of pride in him. Then he cannot become the recipient of Bhakti Yoga. Similarly, Uddhava has to be humbled. Bhagwan sends him to meet the gopis. It's the gopis who will humble him. Api smarati naha Krishno mataram suhrida sakhin Gopan vrajam chatmanatham Gavo vrindavanam Girim. Nanda Baba says, does you remember his mother? माँ को याद है कि नहीं है? Api Smarati Naho Krishno Mataram Suhrida Sakhin. Does he remember his friends? Does he remember the Sakhas? Does he remember the Gopas? Does he remember Braj? Does he remember the cows? Does he remember Vrindavan? Does he remember the mountain? Yes, Baba, he remembers all of it. That's why he has sent me here. He will meet with you very soon. ठीक है उद्धव जी. Uddhava asks, where are the gopis? Uddhava follows a stream of tears. Aankhon ki aansu, gopiyon ki aankhon ki aansu. And there he sees the gopis. The gopis know protocol. They cannot chase him away. So under the pretext of chasing a bee, Jare jare bhavar uddhava, tu bhi jhootha jaise Keshava. Jare jare bhavar uddhava, tu bhi jhootha jaise Keshava. They're chasing the black bee away. Uddhava, go away from here. When Akrura came, Akrura took Krishna away from us. Ab hamare paas aur kya bachi hai? What is there left for you to take from us? Go away, Uddhava. But then there's a change of heart. And they said, Uddhav, have you ever seen the Yamuna River? Come, chal, let's go see the Yamuna River. This is the place where he used to call on her. Aana tu jaldi chale, aana Shri Radhe, mohe Jamuna ke paar milna. Aana tu jaldi chale, aana Shri Radhe, mohe Jamuna ke paar milna. Paar milna, mera dildar milna. Paar milna, mera sarkar milna. Aana tu jaldi chale, aana Shri Radhe, mohe Jamuna ke paar milna. This is where he used to come, not just graze cattle. He would call on Radha Rani to come. Have you ever seen the mountain? Come, Uddhav ji, let me show you Giriraj. Come, you want to see his flock of cows? You want to see the calves? And then when he was of age, he was given the responsibility to take care of the cows. Gopa Ashtami. We celebrate a day in our calendar called Gopa Ashtami. Bhagwan Shri Krishna is taking care of cows, not calves anymore. Come, Uddhav ji, come. They took him to every place in Vrindavan, every place in Braj, and Uddhava is going to come back. Uddhava is going to come back to Shri Krishna, and Bhagwan is going to say to him, tell me, Uddhav ji, how was your trip? How was your trip? Now Bhagwan has to, or rather Uddhava has to display his humility. He went proud. He comes back humble. You know what he says? Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenu Mabhikshnasham Yasam Hari Katho Geetam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Uddhava says, I don't bow down to the feet of the women of Braj, Krishna. I bow down to the dust of the feet of the women of Braj, whose loud singing of your praises captivates and has the ability to capture all. And at the same time, it does what? It purifies the world. Uddhava went proud. Uddhava comes back humble. Now he is equipped to receive the Uddhav Gita. Just like Arjuna in chapter 11 had to be humble, so chapter 12 he could be taught Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Janu. The Lord has to get married. We travel from Uttar Pradesh, we go to Maharashtra. And there is Raja Bhishmaka with his 5 sons, Rukmi, Rukma Maratha, Rukma Bahu, Rukma Kesha, Rukma Mali, and one beti, Rukmini. This is Atma Nivedanam. One who has surrendered her soul to Shri Krishna. Her name is Rukmani. Rukmani from childhood has been listening to the Leelas of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, just like Mirabai. Mirabai, from a very early age, she will listen about Shri Krishna. And she made a decision, कि मेरे तो गिरधर गोपाल दूसरो ना कोई. Krishna will forever and ever be my master and no one else. Even after she was married, she still looked at Shri Krishna as her Lord, Mirabai. When you read her poetry, how intimate it is, how beautiful it is. Mother Rukmani from an early age developed intense love for Shri Krishna. And then when she came of age, her brother Rukmi wants her to marry Shishupal against her will. Does a young lady have no choice? Long ago, the young girl was given the option to choose her groom. It wasn't chosen for her. Did Draupadi not have a Swayamvar? Did Sita ji not have a Swayamvar? You know what the Swayamvar is, right? Where the young lady chooses her groom. But of course, he has to prove he's worthy of her. He has to prove that he's worthy of her. So that was when Arjuna shot the eye of the rotating fish. Bhagwan Sri Ramachandra came and lifted the bow of Shiva. In this case, there's no choice for Rukmani. She has to marry her brother's friend Shishupal. So she does what? She writes an SOS letter. She writes a letter and she sends it to Lord Dwarkadhish. Only you can save me. This is what she said in her letter. Shrutva gunana bhuvana sundara shrunvatam te nirvishya karana vivahara tungatapam rupam drishram drishamatam akhilarthalabham tvayachyutam tvayachyuta vishati chittam patrapam me. मैंने इससे पहले आपको कभी देखा नहीं कृष्णा. I've never seen you, she says, but I've heard everything about you. तुम्हारे बारे में सब कुछ सुना मैंने. Bhagwan probably would have said, what have you heard about me? Gunan, I've heard about your attributes, your greatness. Bhuvana Sundara, he's not Sundar, he's not Ati Sundar, he's not Parama Sundar. Bhagwan is Bhuvana Sundar. Prasad Vimukham. When Naradji says to the little child Dhruva, his face alone, looking at his beautiful face, is enough to bring peace to the mind. Looking at Bhagwan's beautiful face, if then is enough to tell you, sab kuch theek ho jayenge. Everything will be okay. You just have to have one look at Bhagwan's face, and you feel yes. Because why? Main hoon na. Sometimes we forget that he is there. She goes on to praise him. She calls him Achyuta. She calls him the lion among men. Katva mukunda mahati kulashila rupam vidya dravinadhama viratatulyam dhira patim kulavatina vrinita kanya Kale Narasimha Naralokamano Bhiramam. You're the Rama of Rama. You're the Ramji of Ramji. You are Narasimha. You're the lion among men. Krishna, you can't allow a beast like Shishupal take what belongs to you. She goes on to tell him, I wish for you to come and carry me away without any bloodshed. I don't want anyone killed. So I will be going to Gauriji's temple. I will be going to worship Ma Jagadamba. At that time, there's no security. Only my Sakhis will be with me. Bhagwan must have read the letter and smiled and says, Bapre, look at what my devotee is asking me for. She's asking me for me to go and kidnap her, to snatch her away. And then Mother Rukmani, she is Lakshmi Devi herself. She enters into the temple of Devi Parvati she enters into the temple of Mahadevi. She prayed to the Blessed Mother of the world. And as she was exiting the temple, you could hear the wheel of the chariot. He comes and he grabs Mother Rukmani and takes her away. मिलने की आरज़ू है दुनिया बनाने वाले, बड़ी देर हो गई है अब पास तू बुला ले, मिलने की आरज़ू है। ए दुनिया बनाने वाले, why is there this delay? When are we going to meet? कब मिलोगे मेरे प्रभु? Look at Mother Rukmani's great fortune. Bhagwan Shri Krishna himself comes and grabs her. On the way, Rukmini, the brother of Rukmini and Shri Krishna, there's a battle. He's about to behead Rukmini. Mother Rukmini says, no, 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 please don't kill him. If you kill him, I'll have to wait 1 year to marry you. We'll have to wait for his Varshik Shraddha. We'll have to wait for Rukmini's 1 year Shraddha. No, Prabhu, don't kill him, don't kill him. The Lord defaces him and takes Mother Rukmini to Dwarka. Sends a message to Raja Bhishmaka, I wish to marry your daughter. Some people will say, how many wives does he have? Please do not try to humanize Lord Sri Krishna. Bhagwan Sri Krishna, please do not try to humanize him. We did that in Treta Yuga. Are suni bachan sujana रोदान ठाना हुए बालक सुरभूपा. Kaushalya humanized him. Kaushalya says, Prabhu, we humans only have 2 hands. You have 4. Please make 2 disappear. What more do you want, Kaushalya? Kaushalya says, you're looking like a grown adult. I want you as a baby. The Lord appeared as a baby. What more do you want? Kaushalya says, baby, don't talk, baby, cry. And Sri Ramachandra stopped talking and he began to cry. He was humanized, not Sri Krishna. He sends a message to Raja Bhishmaka, I wish to marry your daughter. Arya Bhai, the king of Dwarka wants to marry my daughter? You could imagine what preparations would have been made, my dear ones. You could simply imagine. Of course, time does not permit to go through an entire wedding ceremony, my dear ones. So we'll do it in one bhajan. ठीक है? दुल्हा बने रे नंदलाल के रुकमनी दुल्हन बनी. 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 रुक्मणी पहिरे सतरंगी सारी. रुक्मणी पहिरे सतरंगी सारी. रुक्मणी पहिरे सतरंगी सारी. पीतांबर नंदलाल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. पीतांबर नंदलाल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. दुल्हा बने रे नंदलाल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. रुक्मणी पहिरे मोतियन माला. रुक्मणी पहिरे मोतियन माला. रुक्मणी पहिरे मोतियन माला. कान्हा वैजंती माल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. कान्हा वैजंती माल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. दुल्हा बने रे नंदलाल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. दुल्हा बने रे नंदलाल के रुक्मणी दुल्हन बनी. The wedding season in our community has started, and I pray and hope that we Hindus should realize the Vivah Samskar, the Hindu wedding ceremony, is a sanskar. It is not a Bollywood production. You get? It is not a Bollywood production. It's actually a great religious rite where we should not in any way desecrate and to maintain its sanctity. We have three famous weddings: Parvati Mangal, Janki Mangal, Rukmani Mangal. The wedding of Shivji and Parvati, the wedding of Rama and Sita, and the wedding of Rukmani and Sri Krishna. Bhakti Jano, what is this symbolic of? The cry of the soul. Mother Rukmani's letter, her sandesha to Sri Krishna, is her cry to Sri Krishna. Her cry. This is Atma Nivedanam. When we genuinely want to merge with him, he himself comes. In English, in the West, you call it bridal mysticism. Look up what is bridal mysticism. It's something that is practiced by Catholics, Catholicism. They practice what is called bridal mysticism. In bridal mysticism, we marry to the Lord. We get married to Bhagavan. This is Rukmani's Charitram. In the same book 10, in the latter part of book 10, you have the history of Pativrata Patim Praham Malyata Vadanena Sam Daridra Sidamanasa Vipamana Bhigamyacha. We cannot deny poverty exists in our world. We cannot deny the rich, my dear ones. Sometimes it seems like the rich, they're getting richer, and the poor seems to be getting poorer. We come across one who was stricken with poverty, and his name is Sudama. The wife comes to him and does what? Tells him, you have not seen your wealthy friend. She doesn't say wealthy friend. She says Lakshmi Pati. You have not visited Shri Pati for a very long time. Why don't you go, my husband? She doesn't send him to beg. She wants him to go and visit. And he's all excited. He says, but I can't go empty-handed. I must take something for him. Long ago, 40 years ago, 45 years ago, my memory of being a child in my village in Quarantine, Barbies, no one went to Mandir empty-handed. No one went. And back then, we didn't have the luxuries that we have today. Guyana में कोई मिठाई का दुकान नहीं है. ठीक है? In our Guyanese Trinidadian community, there's no such thing as mithai ki dukaan. You made your mithai, you made your sweets, you made your offering at home. At home. God knows what unholy things are mixed in those mithai. God knows how long those mithais have been sitting there. And they collect extra masala. They get extra masala. You know what that is? Dhool, dust. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. And I will never take any of those items to offer to Bhagwanji. If I'm going to take something for Prabhu, I'm going to make it with my own hands. If not, I will purchase some fruits. Arey bhai, please, can I ask you, when you're buying the banana from the store and you're coming to offer it to Mata Rani, can't you take out a sticker from it? Huh? Don't you have enough sense even? You will not offer a guest, mehman ko aap aise kela nahi doge. You will not give a guest a fruit with a little sticker on it. Come on. At least do that. I'm not bashing anyone, please forgive me. I get labeled as a people basher. But I want you, whatever you offer to Prabhu, अरे ओ भगवान को भजने वाले, ओ भगवान को भजने वाले, मन में कर ले ध्यान, भाव बिन मिले नहीं भगवान, भाव बिन मिले नहीं भगवान. Don't be so mechanical. चलो भाई दुकान पे जाओ, चलो, let's go to the fruit store, let's buy a bunch of banana, जल्दी करो, everybody जल्दी करो, भाई जल्दी करो, पंडित जी जल्दी करो. You come, you make your offering within seconds and you exit. कोई बात नहीं भाई, no problem. But I'm thankful, Pandit Damodarji is very thankful, all the mandirs are very thankful that you're still making time for Bhagavan. You're still making time for God. Time for God. Sudamaji, the wife says, don't worry, I will find something. Even though she has nothing in her kitchen. There's absolutely nothing to cook in the kitchen. She goes and she begs the neighbor, Padosan ko 3-4 muthi poha le liya. Poha, flattened rice. She ties it into a bundle and gives it to Sudama. And Sudama is walking from his village, Sudama Puri, modern day Porbandar. You know, Panditji is from Gujarat. Modern day Porbandar, the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi, that is the village of Sudama. Are chale sham sundar se milne Sudama. गाते जपते मन में हरे कृष्ण रामा, गाते जपते मन में हरे कृष्ण रामा, चले श्याम सुंदर से मिलने सुदामा, चले श्याम सुंदर से मिलने सुदामा. Sudama reaches, my dear ones, he checks in with the gatekeeper. कौन है तू? My name is Sudama. क्या काम है? I've come to meet my childhood friend. Your childhood friend, are you sure? क्यों? न सिर पे है पगड़ी, न तन पे है जामा, बता दो कन्हैया को नाम है सुदामा हो, बता दो कन्हैया को नाम है सुदामा. अरे द्वार पालो कन्हैया से कह दो, अरे द्वार पालो कन्हैया से कह दो, इधर पे सुदामा गरीब आ गया. न सिर पे है पगड़ी, न रिस्ट में रिस्ट वॉच, न मोवाडो वॉच है, न पाँव में गुची स्लीपर्स है, नो नेम ब्रांड क्लोथ्स, नो फैंसी शेरवानी, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. You sure you're his friend? हाँ, we studied बचपन में ऋषि सांदीपनी के आश्रम में, we went to school together. Please tell him I've come. And the moment they said a guest has arrived, what's the guest's name? Sudha. Before they could complete the name, तीन लोक के स्वामी दौरे, अपने सुध बुध खोए, मित्र सुदामा से मिलकर करुणा के सागर रोए. तीन लोक के स्वामी Bhagwan Shri Krishna ran to Sudama and he does what? Hugged him. Andar aao, come sit on my asan. Bhagwan himself is telling us nothing is ours. He tells the queens, bring water so I can wash his feet. And the great acharyas will tell you, Dongareji Maharaji would say, one of the great speakers of the Bhagavatam, when Bhagwan Shri Krishna was washing the feet of Sudama, his tears were also falling. How much he feels for his bhaktas. You think he doesn't feel, but believe you me, he feels. Trust you me, he feels. In Ram Avatar, Ramji's feet were washed by Kevat. In the Krishna Avatar, Krishna washes the feet of Sudama. This is why he says, when you go to him, aapke liye main kya seva kar sakta hu? Bhagwan says, what seva can I do for you? He is there to serve us. He is there to serve us. And then Sudama is welcomed. Mere liye kuch leke aayo? Have you brought me something? No, Krishna, I haven't brought anything. Krishna snatches the potli and he opens it. He opens it, and when he sees the poha, he cried out, you have brought me my favorite. You have brought me my favorite. Remember what I said to you? The giver should feel they have given nothing, and the receiver should feel they have received everything. Mujhe sab kuch mil gaya. Dene wale jo hai na, one who is giving charity, you should feel, Are bhai, maine kuch nahi diya. and the one receiving should feel, mujhe sab kuch mil gaya. Bhagwan begins to eat. He takes one morsel of the rice. Sudama's jhopri has become a palace. He takes another morsel of rice. Sushila, her torn sari and the strings that she wore, threads she wore as jewelry, they were all replaced with a silken sari and real jewelry. He was going to take the third. Satyabhama comes and grabs his hand. Nahi Prabhu. Because he would give even Dwarka away to his bhaktas. They spend some time talking. They spend some time reminiscing about their childhood days and the love of their guru. And then it was time for him to return home. Bhagavatam says, when he reached his village, he can't see his house. Mera ghar kahan hai?
Mandir dekh dare Sudama, Mandir dekh dare, kaha gayo mori suni jhopari aage, kanchan mahal kiye Sudama, Mandir dekh dare.
A lovely lady comes out of this mansion, bows at his feet. Sudama says, may you and your husband live long. The wife looks at him and says, Swami, main hu, Sushila hu. He already got the message. He is Lakshmi Pati. Without asking him, he gives you more than you need. Without asking him, he gives you more than you need. Who sent those handful of rice? It was Sushila who sent it. She got her heart's desire. She got her heart's desire. Sudama is now a billionaire. Sometimes wealth changes people for better, and sometimes wealth changes people for worse. Wealth sometimes, my dear ones, have brought people together, and it has also separated people. Sudama is now a millionaire. What do we learn from Sudama? He remains unaffected. Hamare Sudama ji, he says, Mujhe kya chahiye? Janmo janmo tak. I want your goodwill, Krishna. I want your love, Krishna. I want your friendship, Krishna. Mujhe aapki seva karni hai. I want to do your service, your seva. May I grow devotion to your lotus feet, Prabhu. Ye sare paise jo hai na, I have not come to you asking for this. Sudama remained unaffected by the flood of wealth. Wealth, my dear ones, at many times we hoard it, right? When demonetization took place in India in 2016, you saw money being thrown into the Ganga. We saw money being burnt. People were keeping so much of money, so much they could not declare it to the bank. They could not declare it to the government, so they had no choice. You saw all the ashrams were doing renovation. All of the ashrams were doing renovation because why? They had to use out that money. I think it was 1,000 rupee note, na Paniji? Right? The 1,000 rupee note and the 500 rupee note, right? Narendra Modi says, the government says, you have 3 months to bank mein jama karo. After 3 months, 2 months, no? 2 or 3 months, I can't remember. Now, the 2,000 rupee note is in trouble. Now, the 2,000 rupee note is in trouble. That also you have to put it into the bank. Because after some time, that will also become null and void. People hoard their wealth instead of using it for society to run. There should be no hungry child in this world. There should be no family without shelter above their heads. There should be no child who is denied an education. Poverty exists. Guruji would say, the antidote is seva. The antidote is selfless service. This brings, my dear one, book 10 to a close. Book 11, with the coming of the age of Kali, you have Vishwamitra, Asita, Kanava, Durvasa, Brigu, Angira, Kashyap, Vamadeva, Atri, Vashishta, Narada. You have a host of magnanimous personalities are seated. A group of young boys decides now to play a trick on them. Decides to mock the saints. They dressed up one of their friends like a girl, covered his face, and he looks like, he's not expecting stage, pregnant. They go to the saints, and they ask the saints, tell us, what gender of a baby will our friend give birth to? The sages got angry. If you think you have a right to mock people, please note, the recipient has every right to get angry. Many times people think, I have a right to do what I want to do. Then the person who is a recipient of whatever it is that you're doing, they also have a right to formulate an opinion of you. They have a right, my dear ones, to either bless you or curse you. You cannot take away their right. You cannot take away their right. Bhaktas, they're going to become the recipient of another shrap. When you will undress your friend, you will find a pestle, an iron rod, and that will be the cause of the destruction of your race. They got so scared, they chopped up the pestle, they chopped up the rod, they ground it into a powder, and we people believe anything you throw into the sea problem is gone. Right? So people, the whole world empties its filth. The entire world throws all of its garbage into the sea. Isn't that true? The Yadavas thought, if we throw all of this into the sea, we are saved. You will see what will happen. There's going to be a fish that's going to swallow a piece of this metal. The hunter Jara is going to catch this fish, finds this piece of metal, puts it on the tip of his arrow. And you'll see what important role that arrow is going to play. With the coming of the age of Kali, my dear ones, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. With the coming of the age of Kali, people have taken to drinks. People are taking to drugs. People are taking to a lascivious way of life. People are becoming more and more cruel. People are becoming more and more greedy. Remember the questions of the Bhagavatam that Parikshit poses to Shukadeva. What should man do and what should he refrain from? Remember that? What should we engage in and what should we avoid? Number one, sharab mat piyo. Number one, don't drink alcohol. Do not partake of intoxicants. Do not gamble. Do not engage in lustful activities. Do not be cruel. Do not become greedy. Remember the questions of Parikshit to Shukadeva. All of this is happening. Bhagwan decides now to sit with Uddhav and is going to give Uddhav his concluding sermon called the Uddhav Gita. He says, Uddhav, do you know Bhagwan Dattatreya brought to the world, brought to the attention of the world 24 gurus. And who are the 24 gurus, my dear ones? They are the earth, the air, sky, water, fire, moon, sun, the bird, the boa constrictor, the sea, the moth, the honeybee, the elephant, the honey gatherer, the deer, the fish, the prostitute Pingala, the osprey, the infant, the young maiden, the one who makes arrows, the snake, the spider, and the wasp. 24 gurus. What do you learn from them? I can't give it all of you, my dear ones. I have 11 minutes to conclude Katha this morning. Okay? So, the 24 gurus of the Bhagavatam, what do you learn from the earth? How much the earth gives. She gives and she bears the weight of the good and the bad. The good and the bad. Okay? You have Mother Earth. What do you learn from water? Water purifies. It cleanses whatever it touches. So also we should bring knowledge to those who are drowned in ignorance. I've learned from fire. You say swaha and you say swadha. I should be like fire. I should be ready to handle the good and the bad in life. I should be able to digest the good and the bad in life. I should be able to consume it all. I have learned from the wind. The wind is odorless. The wind has no smell, right? But when the wind comes in contact with gulab, with roses, it takes the smell of the roses. And when the same wind comes in contact with a rotten corpse, it takes that foul scent. We are all like wind. When you come in the company of good, that is called satsang. When you come in the company of the bad, that is called kusang. Do you get? That is called kusang. We're like the wind, depending what we come in contact with. This is what we pick up. I've learned that from the wind. Ladies love to wear lots of bangles. But all of us know when you wear lots of bangles, it jingles and it tinkles. And it could be a cause of distraction. The young lady is doing housework, but her bangles are jingling and making lots of noise. Lots of noise. So what does she do? She takes off from her hand all her bangles and only kept one on each hand. What does that mean? Distractions. Today we get so easily distracted. Please note, the best piece of poetry was written in silence. The best book was written in silence. The best music was composed in silence. The beauty of solitude. What we can accomplish, my dear ones, when we shut the ears to the noise of the world. To the noise of the world. Please do read about the 24 gurus of the Bhagavatam. Again, you can Google that and you will find it. Bhagwan Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda, Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. In the Uddhav Gita, Bhagwan Shri Krishna is going to tell the 4 varnas, what are your duties? What is your kartavya? What is your dharma as a Brahmin, as a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, as a Sudra? And then he combines all 4 and he says, let me tell mankind what is their duty. Ahimsa satyam asteya kama krodha lobhatam bhuta priya hite hacham dharmo ayam sarva varnika. This is sarva varna, the duty of all varnas. Ahimsa, please don't hurt anybody. Satyama, please be truthful. Don't chori mat karna. Please do not take what doesn't belong to you. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Then, akama krodha lobhata. Free yourself from kama. Free yourself from lust. Free yourself from anger. free yourself from greed. Or bhuta priyam hitehacha. In Ramcharitramana, sabke priya sabke hitakari. Valmiki tells Ramachandra, go and live in the hearts of those who serve everyone without discriminating. Not because, how much do we not identify ourselves body-wise? Tall, short, fair, dark, stout, skinny. Then we go one step further. Guyanese, Marathis, Gujaratis. We go one step further. Brahmin, Shudra, Vaishya. अरे भाई हम सब इंसान हैं ना. We're all human beings, aren't we? Bhagavan says this is the duty of everyone, regardless how you identify yourself. I'm Canadian, you're an American, Republican Party, Democratic Party, whatever it may be. Non-violence, truthfulness, do not steal, free yourself from lust, anger, and greed. Do what is pleasing to everyone. Don't discriminate. बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले कि हो ना. बैर होना. Don't hate anyone. This is the word of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Don't hate anyone. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitreha karuna evacha. Make friends. Make friends. Bhaktas, Bhagavan is telling Uddhava, gives him his final sermon and tells him, Uddhava, you may think I'm leaving this world, but I will do something before leaving this world. मैं अपने समस्त तेज को इस भागवत महापुराण को स्थापित करूंगा. I will place all of my glory and all of my majesty in this book that is called the Bhagavatam. Now Uddhava, please go now to Badrinath. Remember Katha? It was on his way to Badrinath, Uddhava meets Vidur. Right? And that conversation took place between the two of them. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is resting on the back of a peepal tree. His foot is moving back and forth behind the bushes. Jara, the hunter who had fashioned that piece of metal, Shri Krishna has also appeared in the Yadav clan. He also appeared in the Yadav clan. So the shrap applies to him. Jara sees the movement behind the bushes, thinking to be an animal. He sends the arrow and hits the Lord in his toe. Bhagwan appears as Sakshat Shriman Narayana. He appears as Vishnu Bhagwan himself. Jara, I wrote this play. Main Vyas hu na, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. It is I who wrote this play. I am acting in this play, and it's now for me to conclude this play. How many times do you not read about a Bollywood producer or the writer? The producer is the writer, the producer is the director, the producer is also in the film, and then the producer decides how to end the film, how to end the movie. Bhagwan has decided how to conclude this Leela. He says, Jara, come to me. Jara enters the Lord and Bhagwan Shri Krishna, my dear ones. Just as how we would sing Swagatam Shri Krishna, Bhagwan exited this world. Prem se bolo Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Bhagwan has exited this world. Parikshit Maharaj has heard for 7 days and 7 nights Katha from the lips of Shri Shukadev Mahamuni. Now comes the final moment in his life. When it's time to leave this world, we leave it alone. Nobody hamare saath nahi jana chahte. We have to exit alone. He has concluded the Bhagavatam, Shukadev Mahamuni, and everyone took leave of Parikshit Maharaj, who's seated there all alone. And then Takshak is slithering his way towards Parikshit. And we are told, when, my dear ones, when Takshaka stung the body of Parikshit, Parikshit's body was reduced to a heap of ashes. But then the Devatas showered flowers onto the scene. Flowers. They could hear the celestial musicians playing music. They could hear the tinkling of anklets from the Apsaras. What does this mean? There's a celebration taking place. Nobody celebrates a death. Who celebrates a death? What is happening? Elementary. Before the snake stung the body of Parikshit, Parikshit was already gone. Parikshit's life force had exited his body. All the snake did was to reduce his body to a heap of ashes. This is the greatness of the Bhagavatam. The question was asked, are you afraid? You're about to die. Parikshit says, I am not afraid of death, neither am I afraid of Takshak or any other agencies of death. Remember what I said to you earlier. What state of mind should you be in when you're about to die? A fearless state of mind, number one. What state of mind you should be in when marne wala? Bhagwan antakale chamameva smarana muktva kalevara. You should have Lord Sri Krishna in your mind. You should have his name upon your lips. That is how you should exit this world. Parikshit Maharaj, we are so thankful, Pandav Parivar. There's so many families you'll be very thankful to. Are you thankful to Pandavas? When Arjuna fell on his knees, we received the Bhagavad Gita from Sri Krishna. When Parikshit took the death snake and put it around Samik Rishi's neck, we got Bhagvat Mahapuran. Two legendary texts comes to us Hindus because of the Pandavas. Dhanya ho Pandav Parivar. Blessed is that family. And to conclude now, you're going to repeat with me the last two verses of the Bhagavatam. These are the last two verses. And we dedicate these verses, my dear ones, to our loved ones. We dedicate these verses to all of those who have passed, our dearly beloved, our dear sister who sat this morning who shares my last name, or rather her mother who shares my last name. We offer the Bhagavatam in honor of our dear mom who is ailing, Jaypati Balgovindji. Our Dholakwala, yesterday they took his grandmother off a life-sustaining machine in New York, right? Yesterday, they unplugged the machine, and guess what? She's still holding on to life. This is our Dholakwala, our Anandji, his Aji, his Daddy. We offer it to all those who are ailing. We offer it to all those families who have lost a loved one in that train wreck. And so many who tear and cry on a daily basis. We offer these verses, my dear ones. Please repeat after me, and Bhagavatam concludes. Bhave bhave yatha bhakti padayostava jayate tatha kurushva devesha nathastvam no yataha prabho nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamo dukha shamanastam namami harim param. What have you just chanted? Bhagwan, may devotion to your lotus feet sprout in my heart in however many births I may have to take. Janmu janmu tak Prabhu. I salute you, O Shri Hari. I salute you, the dispeller of fears and agony, the Supreme Master, the loud chanting of whose name, Nama Sankirtanam, is the easiest and most efficient way, my dear ones, to wipe out sins. And our respectful salutations to Sri Hari, who alleviates the suffering of all. Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Shri Hari Sharanam.
Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Shri Hari Sharanam.
Ram Sharanam, Ram Sharanam, Ram Sharanam, Sita Ram Sharanam.
Ram Sharanam, Ram Sharanam, Ram Sharanam, Sita Ram Sharanam.
Sham Sharanam, Sham Sharanam, Sham Sharanam, Radhe Sham Sharanam. Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran ki Jai, Bhagavat Bhagavan ki Jai, Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai. Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to be with you for 7 days in Shrimad Bhagwat Katha. I pray that may Bhagwan fulfill all of your righteous desires. Today concludes 3 consecutive Bhagwat, 21 days. I ask of you to please bless me as long as I may live to carry this message of grace and faith wherever I go. To Puja Pandit Damodar Sharma ji, my sincere gratitude for giving me this opportunity to be with your beautiful congregation and to sit before Mataji and to have his katha. To my accompanying musicians, to Ravin, to Sean Binda, to Anand Sriram, to my son Umesh Rameshwar, thank you very, very much for adding grace. Nathan, who is not here, but Panditji, who played such beautiful keyboard last night. I want to thank musicians very, very much. I want to thank all the host families who have contributed for Katha. And as I said, wherever I'm invited for a Bhagavad Katha, I'm fortunate enough to have someone to house me, my son Alston and Sean, for this entire week. I'm fortunate to have someone to drive me around. I'm very fortunate to have someone to get me my meals, but it's so nice to have Uber Eats also, which I did not have to use this week. I did not have to use Uber Eats this week. So I want to thank them for the accommodation, transportation, and of course my Bahurani Sharmila for food, for bhojan. At the same time, to leave a tangible contribution to whatever ongoing projects the mandir may have. For the Sri Vrindavan Dham and Jai Durga Cultural Society, it is the installation of the shikhar, the installation of the domes. Panditji, please give me 5 minutes. I know I've gone over 8 minutes. I know my story long, I can't help it. Bhagwan is the one who gives us everything. Hamare dal, chawal, dal, roti, everything comes from him. Okay? I see myself as his sevak. I see myself as his worker, as his servant. And thus wherever I go, I work for him. This morning I will ask of you to please make a contribution if you have not. Panditji, please don't mind. Shayad ek do thali hai, Sean. You can pass it around. And as they would say, when you're going to beg, you must be the first one to give. Right? Agar aap bheek mangoge na, then you must be the first one to give. So I have my first contribution of $250 US. ठीक है? Towards the crowning of this beautiful shrine to Ma Devi. And I want you, when you're going to look at your wallet, and if your hand falls on 100, please pull out the 100. Don't move your hand to the 50. Please don't move it to a 20. Please don't move it to a 10. Even if it falls on a 5, move it to 100. तीन बार भोजन ए भजन एक बार, अरे इसमें भी आते हैं झंझट हजार। मन मेरा कहता मैं दान करवाऊं, पढ़िए, दान करवाऊं थोड़ा पुण्य कमाऊं। You want to give charity, but then you're saying, अरे महंगाई हो गई भाई, price of grocery have gone up, price of gas have gone up. Why should I give them 100? I'll give them 5. No, my dear ones, please, let's be generous. मेरे लगी शाम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने, रे दुनिया क्या जाने। मेरी लगी शाम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने, रे दुनिया क्या जाने। क्या जाने कोई क्या जाने, क्या जाने कोई क्या जाने। मुझे मिल गया, मुझे मिल गया, मुझे मिल गया मन का मीत दुनिया क्या जाने, रे दुनिया क्या जाने। मेरी लगी शाम संग प्रीत दुनिया क्या जाने, रे दुनिया क्या जाने। देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ, देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ। मेरे सिर पर रख बनवारी, मेरे सिर पर रख गिरधारी, अपने दोनों हाथ। देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ, देना हो तो दीजिए जन्म जन्म का साथ। मोहन हमारे मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो, जादू भरिया बांसुरी बजाया ना करो। मोहन हमारे मधुबन में तुम आया ना करो, जादू भरिया बांसुरी बजाया ना करो। भक्तों को दर्शन दे गई रे एक छोटी सी कन्या, भक्तों को दर्शन दे गई रे एक छोटी सी कन्या। छोटी सी कन्या एक छोटी सी कन्या, छोटी सी कन्या एक छोटी सी कन्या। आकर दर्शन दिखाए गयो रे एक छोटी सी कन्या, भक्तों को दर्शन दे गई रे एक छोटी सी कन्या। तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे। You know, when you come to dress Ma Durga, you bring the most beautiful of saris to offer to her, right now? तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे, माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है, माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है। तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे, तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे। माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है, माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है।
पानी बने भूल जाने में, भूल जाने में, भूल जाने में आनंद आता है, भूल जाने में आनंद आता है। तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे, तुम सजती रहो हम सजाते रहे। माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है, माँ सजाने में आनंद आता है। श्री वृंदावन राधे राधे, नंदगांव में राधे राधे, वृंदावन में राधे राधे, गोवर्धन में राधे राधे, चौरा से राधे राधे, अरविंद में राधे राधे, दान गली में राधे राधे, मान गली में राधे राधे, राधे राधे, जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। श्याम वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। May the grace of Bhagwan Ji be with you. If you're coming to visit Guyana sometime, please come to Barbies and visit me at Sri Krishna Mandir. We'd love to have you come and visit our Radha Krishna, our Shiv Darbar, and of course Mata Mahakali, Dashabhuja Mata Mahakali, who is consecrated in our temple. Jai Shri Krishna to all of you. Jai Shri Krishna. बहुत धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।
बोलिए व्यास जी महाराज की जय, श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Give one more round of applause, please. This is round of applause is to wish you, as you asked earlier, for your strength to continue to serve the dharma, to do the seva to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Our good wishes, प्रार्थना सदा सदा आपके साथ है। जय जय श्री कृष्ण। We had arranged this katha as today was the last session, 6-7 days. We call this 7 days. But what is the reality? Reality only few hours. Right? Katha 7 days. It used to happen 18,000 shlokas to read, explain, understand. You people used to try to understand those one, but those times looks gone. But whatever, थोड़ा सा जितना भी मिला उसी से ही संतुष्ट। एक घड़ी आधी से पुनियाद, तुलसी संगत साध की हरे कोटि अपराध। Whatever the time Bhagavan He allotted us, we are really blessed by listening this very, very great and very blessed Adi Katha of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And this year we listened the Bhagwat Mahapuran. I'm not sure what you will plan, Rajin ji, next time. Should we have the Devi Katha? We will do the Devi Katha. What do you think? We will listen maybe the Devi Katha, and there's lots of the same combination whichever Katha you go. Main part is the Bhakti Shraddha. More we go inside these Kathas to listen and try to understand, the more beauty you will receive. And today, again, behalf of our all the devotees, those who are here, those who are following you online, those who are following us, this program also in our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and now of course on the TV, I'm not sure what they call. IPTV. Yeah, there is one channel on that one because I never watch that. When the program on, I'm here. But that's what I don't know what the channel is. But like to say special thanks for them also. Behalf of all our devotees, all the congregation, Panditji, really, बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you very much. It's sad to conclude the Katha. This is called like a vidai, to sending the daughter away from your home. That's how the vidai call. By saying like, bye of the Bhagavad, this is 7 days and end. No, every day devotees, the mandir is open. And every Sunday we do the satsang, Katha. As Vyasji also said, people they say, Hanumanji, we should worship Hanumanji on Tuesday only. Only Tuesday, that's what the people they say. Why? What will happen if you worship him the Monday? Is he won't be here on Monday? Tuesday, Wednesday, each and every single day, the Paramatma is here. You just need to experience. You just need to come and please do your best. Visit the mandir whenever you have time. Today, again, like to say special thanks to our Srota, the Vavita Jadavir, as Panditji he just mentioned, her mom, Chaipati Balgobind, last name of our respected Vyasji Balgobind, the prayer for her, and one of our very great respected devotee from this mandir, Idama Shukar, her auntie, she also passed 2-3 days before. This prayer we are going to dedicate both of them, and then we will conclude by performing the final ahuti in the Havan Purna ahuti. Those who took the part in this yajna, this prarthana within this week, then please you can go right there near the Havan Kund. We will do the Purna ahuti to conclude the yajna also. But before we do so, let's put your hands together as we recite 3 times Mahamrityunjaya mantra as a prayer. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityoramokshiya Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityoramokshiya Mamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Mrityoramokshiya Mamrita. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Thank you very much. And all our devotee shrotas, those who took part in this yajna, those who are here, then please come and go near the Havan Kund, please. Thank you. We will do the Purna ahuti. Hari Om. 3 times we will say the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, then Purna ahuti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय। हरि ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ मूर्धानां देवारतिं पृथिव्याः वैश्वानरमृतम् अजातमग्निं कविगं सम्राजं तिथिञ्जनानामासन्नपात्रं जनयन्त देवः। पूर्णादरभि परापदसु पूर्णा पुनरावतवस्नेव विक्रीणामः। ईशमोरजगं शतक्रतो स्वाहा। बोलिए यज्ञा भगवान की जय। लिटिल बिट घी प्लीज। हरि ओम वशः पवित्रमसि शतधारं वशः पवित्रमसि सहस्रधारं देवस्तु सवितः पुनात वशः पवित्रेण शतधारेण कामधुक्षाः स्वाहा। हरि ओम अस्तो मां सदगमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योरमामृतं गमया। बोलिए यज्ञा भगवान की जय। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे। Once again, thank you all our shrotas, all our sevadar, those who perform the different ways, those who perform the seva. As Panditji, he said, all the magicians, thank you Bhaiji for coming. We really appreciate. Thank you is not enough. Thank you has to be continued, the seva has to be continued, and we have to build very strong relations with each other, and that will happen only Bhagwan's blessings. I just want to remind you, evening time also we will have the satsang, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sri respected Shraddhaya Sri Devakinandan Thakur ji from Vrindavan, he is coming and he will be with us for 2 hours. Then please come and join with us. We really appreciate. And of course, many other programs also coming, which one we are planning. One will be Samuhik Satyanarayana Bhagwan Pujan, which one will be the end of July. I think that's what we're planning. On full moon day, all the flyers and everything you will get. Then whoever want to take part in that puja, then please give us your name. You all can bring your own samagri, own murti. You will be able to recite the Bhagavan's name, Archana, full Abhishek and Katha. And same way we are going to do in the Shravan month, as Panditji he mentioned yesterday. This year we are blessed, we will have 2 months Shravan month. Then we are doing only 3 days yajna because of the other programs in the mandir. 3 days will be the Shiva Puran Katha, and which one day we will allow each and everyone to bring your own Shivlingam, own Murti, and all the ingredients. We will give you the list, and all can perform the Rudra Abhishek, which Abhishek continuously, which one called the Rudra Ashtadhyay will be chanted, will take 1 hour continuously the Jaladhara and milk over the Shivlingam. Then please take part in those pujas also. And many other programs also coming, devotees. Then please, you can check our website or feel free to give us call. That's the mandir we open here to serve our community. Once again, really appreciate. So, thank you, Panditji. We ask you again, give one round of applause for the please again him. And all our devotees, give one round of applause for yourself. You are the beauty of our Sanatana Dharma. And thank you very much. Please, let's stand up now, please, as we conclude performing the final arti. 5 arti, 5 lines laga le. Please make 5 lines for arti. We will do the 2 artis we will sing. One will be the Sri Bhagwat Mahapurana arti, and second one will be the regular arti as we sing prayer to माँ भगवती परा अम्बा जगत जननी। कदली गर्भ संभूतं कर्पूरन्तु प्रदीपितम् आरारतिकमहं कुर्वे पश्य मे वरदो भव। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नभ ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नभ ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही, हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही। जग मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये शांति दीप पावन पुण्य पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति दीप पावन पुण्य पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी, ये सुख करनी ये दुख हरनी। ये मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। मधुर बोल जग बंद को सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। हे मधुर बोल मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही। सबकी महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। तुम कौन शरण ध्यावत मैया जी को नित दिन सेवत। हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी। मैया टेको मृग मद तो। उज्ज्वल से दो नैना, निर्मल से दो नैना, चंद्र वदननी को। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी। गल माला
रक्त पुष्प गले माला कंठन पर साजे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया गण के खबर धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
आनन कुंडल शोभित साग्रे मोती
सागरे मोती मैया ना सागरे मोती कोटि का चंद्र दिवाकर राजत ज्योति ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया महिषासुर घाती धूम्र विलोचन नैना निस दिन मदमाती ओम जय अम्बे गौरी करत भैरो मैया नाच करत भैरो बाज बाज ढोल मृदंगा ओम जय अम्बे गौरी वर मुद्राधारी मन वांछित फल पावत ओम जय अम्बे गौरी कंचन थाल विराज अगर कपूरवाद ओ मैया अगर कपूर बाते के तुम्हें राजत ओम जय अम्बे अम्बे जी की आरती जो गावे जो कोई नल गावे मैया जो कोई नित गावे जबद हरि हर स्वामी ओम जय अम्बे ओम जय अम्बे जया जय श्यामा गौरी जमतो निसरिन ग्रावत मैया निसरिन सेवत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव ओम जय अम्बे गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी। सभी हाथ जोड़े, प्लीज पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धो च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणे नमोस्तुते नारायणे नमोस्तुते मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जगदम्बिके यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे बार बार परमांग हर्षिदेहु श्रीरंग पद सरोजन पायने भगति सदा सतसंग तुलस्यापति रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय गणपति महाराज की जय लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय शिवांके बिहारी लाल की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय हे माई सच्चिया जोता वाले माता तेरी सदा ही जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सदगुरु महाराज की जय सनातन धर्म की जय सनातन धर्म की सनातन धर्म की जय बोलिए साचे दरबार की जय सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ द्यौः शान्ति अन्तरिक्षाग शान्ति पृथ्वी शान्तिराप शान्तियोषधय शान्तिर्वनस्पतय शान्तिर्विश्वे देवा शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वग शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति साम शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। सभी बैठ करके प्रणाम कर ले प्लीज बाउ डाउन एवरीवन। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। तो अभी आप सभी आरती ले लें प्लीज एवरीबॉडी टेक आरती एंड आफ्टर आरती चरणामृत एंड प्रसादम and then please before you go you can take some prasadam and make sure you bow down, take the blessings from our respected Vyasji also. And those who like to, as Vyasji he made the announcement, those who like to make the contribution towards to the dome, to the shikhar. I know these days we don't keep the cash, we know that one. Then you can do online. When you go outside, you can use your credit card or any machine, and or you can send the money online too also on that one, cause of that one. Then please do your best, and we really appreciate. Then before you go, then please take the prasadam and Bhagwan's blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you and Jai Mata Di.